Well, hello, lovely goddesses. I hope you are well and you've had a good week. Welcome to this week's Oracle message, and it's back to usual for this week. So, we start with my review for our weekly Oracle messages, which were included in the the full moon Oracle reading last Sunday. So, you'll get my review of the weekly Oracle messages plus our Oracle message for the week ahead that's taken us into the new moon. So get yourselves ready, find your comfortable place, your favourite notebook, your favourite pen, a cuppa, whatever you need, and I'll get going with my review. For my review this week, I've cast my eye over the full moon messages. I've gone back and reviewed it, which I tend to do anyway for myself. And we know that there's this idea of twin flames, this meeting of minds or hearts with a new individual. We also had the forces coming up, the thunder, very, very frightening, and the lightning bolt. There was these real pieces of transformation and insight coming to us. But we were dealing with it differently this time because the idea of the forces was these things were coming and they were around us, but we didn't have the fear or weren't as scared, as worried as we perhaps have been in the past. If you remember that image of the man with the two wild animals. And it was about intuition, manifestation, discovery, ascended masters, and how we're connecting to the otherworldly. So those were the messages taking us from the full moon into this fortnight's moon cycle. And our weekly messages mirrored some of that as well. So the weekly messages were about what are our actions to stay in flow and empowered this week. And as a reminder, we have the otherworldly, which connects to the Ascended Masters message from the full moon. We also had synchronicity, which I love, which is kind of related to the discovery, intuition, and manifestation message in the full moon. And then we had higher self, which is about our intuitive transformation. It doesn't even have to be intuitive, it's just about our ongoing transformation on this planet and how we are. So let's just dip into these. So the otherworldly. What experience, if any, did you have of the otherworldly this week? Did you find yourself having a few more chats with the universe? Did you find yourself asking for help to manifest something or co-create something? Did you find more signs around this week? Did you notice more things? Or did you have that discovery and that insight that came like the bolt out the blue, so the force, the lightning force? Or did you have some thunder that something just hadn't worked out that made you stop in your tracks and take stock and think differently and ask for help? So if you just want to reflect now and stop and pause and make yourself some notes and then come back, that's up to you. Or you can carry on going through. Just use this however it works for you. But did you feel balanced with the otherworldly as well? Because these are scales that are balanced, that says we're in tune with the otherworldly, but equally we're balanced and grounded on this planet that we live in. We're having this duality of experience, right? We're humans on this planet having this earthly experience, but we're also collecting to something otherworldly because we believe there's something more out there. So that's the first one. The second one was synchronicity. So synchronicity is coincidence with meaning in a nutshell. And, you can believe that things are just a coincidence, so you can believe that they've happened for a reason. So is there anything this week where you've experienced a coincidence and perhaps you didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but now that you look back over your week and you're thinking about it, you can see that that coincidence was actually a lovely piece of synchronicity. So you were thinking about someone, they called you, you bumped into them, but it feels like it could be something bigger. So I'm looking back over my week and thinking about my synchronicity, and it hasn't appeared to me yet. That doesn't mean it wasn't there, it just means I've not recognised it as that yet. So take a moment now, think about the coincidences that have happened over the past week for yourself and see if anything comes up. And if it hasn't come up yet, don't stress about it. Like I said, it may be that you just don't see it yet as a synchronicity. And the third weekly message, higher self. Have you felt slightly elevated in your emotions or how you're dealing with people this week? And by that, what I mean is you're not above other people, you're not over them. It's just elevated in the sense of people can tell you things and you're not getting attached to the drama of what they're telling you. you can kind of listen, you've got space to listen to it, and then you can forget about it, and then you can leave it and move on with your life. That's what I mean by elevated. It's other people have their issues, they tell you, you're willing to listen and help, but you're not taking them on as your own. And also the bolt from the blue. If you did have that piece of otherworldly inspiration and insight this week, can you look back and can you see or know how did that come to you? Was it a physical sensation in your body? Was it in your abdomen? Or was it something that just came into your head out of the blue? So we think intuition isn't in our head, and generally it's not. But when you get an idea or something comes into your head that it wasn't anything you were thinking about, it's just completely out of the blue, that's often intuition communicating with us as well, putting the idea in there, and kind of we're just on the same wavelength to receive that. And that's what we have here, the crown chakra, receiving intuition through this space at the top of our head. So this emotionally intuitively elevated state, where people who might in the past have wound you up, you've been able to be a bit more tolerant with them. Things that normally would have grinded your gears, is a phrase I'm saying a lot at the moment, it kind of didn't. You're able to put yourself in neutral. You were able to be compassionate without getting involved. You were able to kind of take care of yourself as well. So how has your higher self shown up for you this week? So that's the review. If you've got any insights that you want to share in the group, feel free. If you've got insights you just want to share with me, please do. Happy to hear them and happy to support you. And that's my review for the past week. Hello, goddesses, and here are this week's oracle messages for week of Sunday, 11th of June. And because the full moon messages still have some relevance for this week until we get to Sunday when we have the new moon reading, when I tuned in, the forces were still feeling very strong. The thunder, the lightning, very, very frightening. That's still very strong for us. It's still this strong sense of transformation, of lightning coming upon us, the thunder being around us, creating transformation and change for us. But in an exciting way, because, as the images on the messages showed us, there's no fear. It's just part of nature to have these cycles and have these storms. So I've asked the universe this week, for continued guidance on how we navigate the forces that are around us and how we can best navigate and deal with them. And our first message is from the coherence voice, and it's courage. So all the messages in the coherence voice have a woman in a cape. And it's about coherence, particularly intuition being our superpower. Coherence is the state when our heart, body, mind and soul are all aligned. They all agree about everything, because it means there's no second guessing, there's no imposter. We know instinctively what to do, and there's no, as I said, there's no second guessing, there's no worry, there's no doubt, we just know. So the message particularly here is courage. And when we're not used to being in a state of coherence, if it's new to us, it can feel different and scary, but you're going to know when it happens. And it's the courage to allow yourself to feel that state of coherence this week. So when you have that state of coherence, you're going to know exactly what to do and how to navigate the forces. And, remember, intuition, coherence, these are our superpowers. They really are our superpowers. That's why she's got a cape on. The old patriarchal structures don't work for us, and they don't work because we've not been allowed to be in this state of coherence. We have to apply to a set of structures and scripts and the way that life is organised because someone else said so. But we're choosing to live differently, and we're choosing to push the boundaries of that. And the way we push that boundary is to live coherently and with courage. And this isn't courage that's bravado and big look at me. It's an inner, silent, knowing courage. And if you haven't felt that before, I hope you love it. It just feels so powerful. You don't have to scream and shout about it. It's just this feeling within you that you have the courage and the strength to follow the coherence in your heart, body, mind and soul to navigate the forces around you. Our next message is signs from the frequency voice. So if you want to stop the video, I should have said this in the first message, sorry. If you want to stop the video now, make your own notes and come back, feel free. So when we are in that state of coherence, it brings us into a very strong vibrational frequency with the universe, and that's what this is telling us. So we feel this inner power and knowing, and that gives us a whole different frequency. We're giving out and emitting a different frequency. Mildred's just come to join me. And that frequency brings more signs. It makes it easier for you to see the signs around you. And when you see the signs around you, you get into this lovely cycle of, you've got the courage from your inner knowing, you see a sign that confirms, reassures your inner knowing, and you just get more of that same vibrational frequency and feeling. You may not notice your vibrational frequency change this week with your inner knowing, and that doesn't matter. You don't need to notice it. The point is it's happening, and the universe is replaying that frequency back to you by giving you signs. If there's something specific you have in your family or in your life that is a sign, I think many of you know I've told you that a butterfly is a sign for me, a white butterfly. Is a sign in my family, and I've got the goosebumps on this side of my head as I talk about the white butterfly. It could be a real butterfly, it could be a painting, an image, it could be something I see on TV, on a billboard. It's kind of being open to where it might be. Maybe it's a feather, you have a white feather just drops down from nowhere, and that's your sign of reassurance. If you don't have a sign, choose something that's meaningful for you and then look out for it. But your courage and your coherence changes your vibrational frequency, which is bringing more signs into play this week. And what do those signs help us with? Destiny. So again, if you want to pause here to make your own notes, feel free. So it's from the belief voice of Reclaim Your Intuition, which is about our personal beliefs, our beliefs about the otherworldly. So destiny. So do you have this sense of there's things you need to get done in life and you've been in a rush lately to get things done? Well, this is kind of saying slow down. Destiny is destiny. You're going to meet your destiny in this lifetime. You might not know the way you're going to do it, and that's okay because you don't need to. The universe, spirit of the universe takes care of the details. But if you feel you're running out of time, just remember this. You can slow down. Sometimes slowing down means you get more done. And what happens when the sand gets all the way through to the bottom of this sand timer? You turn it over and you start again. So it's this idea that you're never running out of time. There is enough time to do everything. And actually, it's about stop stressing about destiny or fate or what you think your purpose is, and just get on and carry on doing your daily actions. Destiny will find you. We've got this idea we have to find purpose, we have to know what we're doing. No, it finds us. What we do is we take actions, we get on with our life, we do things we enjoy, we stay encouraged, we look for signs, we keep our vibrational frequency high, we take care of ourselves, we're open-minded. It will find you. And that's what this message is saying. It's going to find you. Change your belief that you have to find it, because it's going to find you. And that's part of what the force is about. The thunder and the lightning, very, very frightening, is changing what's happening around you. And it's going to bring the sign to create something that you hadn't appreciated before in terms of your destiny. So what an exciting week as we lead into the new moon as well. So if you get any insights this week, and if you can, jot them down, make a note of them in a journal, or however you keep your notes, pictures, images, whatever you want to do, because those will be useful as we have the new moon reading on Sunday. So the new moon reading is going to give us more about destiny. This is going to be kind of like the basis for the new moon reading, is what's coming to me, because the new moon is that time of invisible, taking a step back, taking stock. So we're going to have something to take stock of in the new moon. So there we have it. Courage, the coherence of heart, body, mind and soul, makes us feel like a superwoman, which we already are. That courage changes our vibrational frequency, which makes us open to see more of the signs that the universe is sending our way. It's about changing our belief that knowing there's enough time to do everything, we don't have to rush. Slow and steady wins the race, as the saying goes. There's plenty of time. If you think you're running out of time to do something and actually something else has just come in, if you're being forced into making a decision very quickly, or someone's placed a deadline on you, this is letting you know that's their deadline, not yours. You don't have to go with that. You can just say, that's your deadline. I'll let you know when I've made my decision, and you make your own decision in your own time. This is about your own time. So for those of you who can make it, there will be the full moon, new moon, I get them so confused, the new moon oracle reading Sunday in the afternoon. Again, I'll confirm the time to you all because I got it a little bit wrong last week, for which I apologise. And if you can't make it because you're going to be out having fun, the recording will be available straight afterwards. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful week and excited to see what happens to you all. Take care, everyone. Bye.